League, Easter eggs, references, and trivia. This is everything that Jason and I could find. We probably missed a few things. If we did, please let us know in the comment section below. There is going to be major heavy spoilers in this video. If for some reason you have not seen Justice League, hit the watch later button, or right after you come see it, check this video out, because there are some cool things in this video. But without further ado, let's get to it. So the first thing we got is in Barry's man cave, we got an episode of Rick and Morty can be seen playing in the background behind Bruce Wayne in Barry Allen's place. Next, we got Mark McClure, the actor who played Dave, Marty McFly's brother in Back to the Future, also played Jimmy Olsen in Superman, the movie, back in 1978. Plays the prison guard who allows Barry Allen to go see his father, Henry Allen. Also, if you look at some of the trailers, you'll see there was a different action sequence where he also plays a cop in a different sequence, but that got cut from this film. This film is being released on the same day the animated series Justice League first aired 16 years earlier on November 17th, 2001. Ben Affleck was considered to direct this film. Sharon Hines portrays Steppenwolf in motion capture. Hines was unfamiliar with using the technology and got advice from his friend Liam Neeson, who had earlier done motion capture acting in A Monster Calls in 2016. Danny Elfman used a bit of John Williams' Superman score in the film for a Superman scene. This is Danny Elfman's 8th superhero franchise after working on Tim Burton's Batman films, Batman and Batman Returns, Barry Sonnenfeld's Men in Black films, all 3 of them, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films, the first 2, Christopher Young did the 3rd one, Ang Lee's Hulk, Wanted, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, and Avengers Age of Ultron, which he helped score along with Brian Tyler. Danny Elfman took over from Junkie XL, who originally replaced Hans Zimmer, who announced his retirement from the superhero business and left to work on 2018's Tomb Raider. Lawrence Fishburne was asked to reprise his role as Perry White for a cameo, but due to scheduling conflicts with other projects made him unavailable on the day filming was supposed to take place. 8 extensive reshoots in London and Los Angeles in mid-2017 added a cost of approximately $25 million to the film's budget. Henry Cavill worked on the reshoots in Mission Impossible 6 at the same time. He had to sport a mustache for his role in the latter project. However, Paramount refused to let the actor shave it off for the time he played Superman again. This meant that Cavill's facial hair had to be digitally removed in post-production. Billy Crudup plays Barry Allen's father, Henry, in this film. However, before appearing in the DC Universe, Crudup initially auditioned for and was a top contender for the role of Bruce Wayne, Batman, in Batman Begins. Before Christian Bale was cast, he was, of course, also Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen back in 2009. In October of 2007, George Miller, the director of the Mad Max films, had cast the Justice League completely with DJ Katrana as Superman, Armie Hammer as Batman, model Megan Gale as Wonder Woman, rapper Common as Green Lantern / Jon Stewart, Adam Brody as the Flash / Barry Allen, Santiago Cabrera as Aquaman Arthur Curry, Hugh Keys-Byrne as the Martian Manhunter John Jones, and Teresa Palmer as Talia al Ghul, and Jay Baruchel as Maxwell Lord. However, the film was shelved during production of the writer's strike. Henceforth, The Dark Knight was the next DC film that was worked on. This is the 3rd live-action appearance of the Justice League after the failed TV pilot Justice League of America back in 1997 and Smallville in 2001. Ben Affleck and J.K. Simmons previously appeared together in the films Extract and The Accountant. This film will be released on the 25th anniversary of the Death of Superman comic, which was released November 17, 1992, and also mentioned earlier, the 16th anniversary of the animated series back in 2001, which premiered on November 17th as well. Zack Snyder cites Seven Samurai as an influence on this film. Wonder Woman stands atop a statue of the Greek goddess Themis, or Justicia, to the Romans, better known in modern society as Lady Justice. Jason Momoa and Ciarán Hinds both appeared in Game of Thrones. Ben Affleck and Ciarán Hinds appeared in The Sum of All Fears back in 2002. The lineup in this film is based on the founding members from the New 52 origin story, with the exception of Green Lantern, of course, during the Steppenwolf flashback scene. During the Silver Age origin story, Martian Manhunter was one of the founding members as well. He was replaced with Cyborg, who was previously known as a founding member of the Teen Titans in the New 52 version. As seen in the final climax of the film, and also many of the trailers, we see that the Red Sky sky might be a sign of the post-Flashpoint timeline in many of the aftermath stories in the comics. This also includes post-Flashpoint paradox comics like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, where a butterfly-like effect occurs, changing the past, creating an alternate present, and this, of course, includes the Flash comics. A Flashpoint storyline has been announced as the movie for The Flash by DC and Warner Brothers, taking place of what was originally planned to be a semi-traditional origin story for Barry Allen becoming the Flash. Ezra Miller is also set to star in this, as well as appearances by Cyborg, Henry Allen, and Iris West. The second time Ezra Miller and Billy Crudup have worked together, the first was on a film called The Stanford Prison Experiment back in 2015. At the Kent farm, Clark is dressed in a red checkered suit. This was his outfit from Smallville. I also believe he wore it in the 1978 film Superman the Movie. This is the third comic book film saga for Ciarán Hinds after Road to Perdition in 2002 and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance in 2011. Zack Snyder deliberately had the story leave out Superman for the most part, and I quote, "It's hard to have a Justice League without Superman, but his sacrifices as is, in a weird sort of way, this is the why and reason the Justice League comes together. What do you do now with him? What does the team think? What does the world need?" All that comes into play in this film. Zack Snyder stated that this film will be inspired by Jack Kirby's New Gods comic series, which debuted in '71 all the way through 1984. The series saw the introduction of the space tyrant Darkseid. Superman and the Flash engage in a race to save people. In the comics, the two heroes often competed to see which one was faster, which usually ended in a draw. When the Justice League wins the final battle and during the climax, Cyborg shouts his Teen Titans catchphrase, "Booyah!" Victor Stone became Cyborg after suffering near-fatal injuries in a car wreck. This was actually Cyborg's origin in Smallville. In the comics, Stone got his injuries from a lab accident. Aquaman mentions how beautiful Wonder Woman is while he is sitting on the lasso. This is a foreshadowing of their doomed and fatal relationship in Flashpoint Paradox, which we might be seeing in the Flash's film, but I'm hoping for the next Justice League film, or the third Justice League film. When they are prepping for Watchtower or the Justice Hall of America, they say a round table with chairs and I quote, "room for more." This is a foreshadowing for the Green Lantern and possibly others to join the Justice League down the line in other films. I'm really hoping we get Martian Manhunter at some point, although I know the character is obviously in the Supergirl show, but why can't we have a character with being on a show and in a movie? Flash. During Wonder Woman and Cyborg's first meeting in person, Cyborg turns off all the lights to the city block. This is a visual homage and nod to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, where in the first scene, Professor Dumbledore, with his Deluminator, turns off all the lights on the street. Wonder Woman says to Bruce Wayne, and I quote, "I once knew a man who would have loved to have flied it," and end quote. This is a reference to, of course, Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine. Some Lord of the Ring homages that Jason and I noticed were Aquaman stopping the water with his trident, is a visual nod and homage to Gandalf stopping the Balrog with his "You shall not pass" line. This also would have been absolutely hysterical had Aquaman said it, but obviously would have taken down the serious tension of the moment. Another homage and nod also to Lord of the Rings is when Queen Hippolyta sends a fire arrow warning about the invasion to Diana. In Return of the King, Pippin lit the fire at the top of Minas Tirith to warn everyone of the invasion. One of the Amazonians also had a dead horse stuck on top of her. King Theoden also had a dead horse stuck on top of him when the Witch King of Anwar struck his horse with the Nazgul. Also in the flashback of the first battle with Steppenwolf in the background setting, it feels an awful lot visually like Mordor. At the beginning of the movie, we see a building with the name Janus on it. This could be a reference to Alton Janus, who works as a White King in the organization known as Checkmate. It could also be a reference to the alias of Two-Face. The most likely case is that it's Janus Cosmetics, a well-known corporation in the DC Comics universe run by Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask. During the first war with Steppenwolf, the flashback we see the Olympian god Zeus with his lightning bolt, as well as one of the Green Lanterns fighting. Barry says that his suit is for competitive ice dancing. This might be a reference to Captain Cold, who is a villain of The Flash, of course, and deals obviously with many things dealing with ice and cold. He also mentions he's fluent in Gorilla Sign Language. This could also be a reference to another Flash villain known as Gorilla Grodd, who is a telepathic gorilla. We hear some dialogue from Alfred towards Bruce saying that Barry Allen believes his father Henry to be innocent of murdering his mother, Nora Allen. I wonder if they're hinting at Reverse Flash being the one who killed Nora Allen, or they're going to go a different direction on that. Alfred mentions to Bruce about exploding wind-up penguins. This could be a reference to Tim Burton's Batman Returns back in 1992, where during the climax, we see the penguins were all armed with exploding torpedoes. Commissioner Gordon says to Batman, "It's good to see you playing well with others." This is a reference to both Dick Grayson's Robin, who is now Nightwing, and also the second Robin, Jason Todd, who was murdered by Harley Quinn and the Joker, as shown to us during Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice with the Robin suit, ha ha ha, the joke's on you Batman, and Suicide Squad in the opening montage with the character exposition for Harley Quinn, where it says that she was an accomplice to the death and murder of Robin along with Joker. We get a good look really quickly of Ace Chemicals when Barry geeks out over Batman's signal. If you look below the signal at one of the buildings, you will see Ace Chemicals. We last saw Ace Chemicals in the DCCU in Suicide Squad, and it is the birthplace, of course, of Joker and Harley Quinn. Flash and Superman race, as mentioned earlier, we said that they raced a number of times in the comics. The visual representation we get in the mid-credit scene really appears to be back from Superman, issue number 199. The shot of Batman standing on top of a gargoyle where he's going to meet with Commissioner Gordon is a recreation of the cover art for Detective Comics number 682 as illustrated by the artist Graham Nolan, where you see the Grim Reaper gargoyle. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Are there any Easter eggs that I did miss? Please let us know in the comment section below if there are any things that you spotted that we did miss. We're also going to be doing a spoiler talk and many other videos regarding the DCCU, so be on the lookout for that. And if you like these videos and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. See you guys next time.